An anonymous tip helps deputies bust a major prescription drug ring in Valencia. Hello, I'm Mark Archuleta with your SCV NewsBreak for Thursday, March 1st. A drug distribution ring may have been dismantled by detectives 2 weeks ago with the arrest of Michael Layata and 12 other men suspected of being distributors of illegally obtained oxycodone and other prescription drugs. The ring involved several local pharmacies. Deputies serving search warrants at Layata's Edgewater Lane residence in Bridgeport and a public storage unit on Hollywood Court in Valencia recovered more than $140,000 in cash and 2 vehicles worth more than $180,000. Layata is being held at Pitch's Detention Center in lieu of $5 million bail. He's due to appear in court on March 16th. In Washington Thursday, Congressman Howard Buck McKeon introduced legislation that would prohibit the use of private security contractors to guard U.S. military overseas. The announcement came just as Pentagon officials confirmed 2 more U.S. troops were killed Thursday in southern Afghanistan by members of the Afghan Security Force. According to the Department of Defense, this type of attack has been on the rise. McKeon's H.R. 4117 would ensure that only U.S. troops would guard themselves in Afghanistan. Last March, one of McKeon's constituents, Army Specialist Rudy Acosta of Canyon Country, was killed on an Army base in Afghanistan by a renegade Afghan security officer who was hired to provide force protection. Rudy's father, Dante Acosta, took up the cause and urged McKeon to introduce this type of legislation. Coming up after the break, Magic Johnson headlines the B2B industry show at the Hyatt. That and more next.
This SCV Newsbreak is brought to you in part by Frontier Toyota.
This is Toyota Today. The all-new, completely redesigned Camry SE is now in the fast lane. With its paddle shifters, race-tuned suspension, and available 18-inch alloy wheels. Lease the new performance-driven Camry SE for just $229 a month, or choose low 2.9 financing for 60 months on a new Camry. See your Toyota dealer.
The farmers market has awakened from its winter slumber and returns to Old Town Newhall Thursday afternoon. Now in its new location on Main Street between Market and 8th, the weekly farmers market is under new management of Coastal Pacific, who manages markets throughout Los Angeles, Riverside, and Ventura counties. The farmers market is hosted every Thursday from 4 to 8 p.m. and offers more than fresh produce.
We like to have all sorts of craft items and prepackaged food items like bakeries and popcorn, and sometimes we get like barbecue and cooked food vendors out here, and we like to have music, so we promote local artists out here so families can come on down, do some shopping, and have a fun time.
All the way from Australia, the Christian-based music group Sons of Korah will be in the SCV this weekend. Their unique music is a hybrid of several ethnic styles that is written to the words of biblical songs.
We draw on, Latin-style music. We draw a lot on Eastern, sort of Middle Eastern styles of music, because of course that's where the Psalms originally come from, out of that, Eastern context. Possibly may have even sounded more like what we know as sort of Arabic music, almost, possibly. And then, a little bit of Celtic music, just all sorts of styles of music, which is great fun to do. But it gives us a very broad palette to work with, to express the incredible range of emotions in the Psalms. And this is the interesting thing about the Psalms, is the spectrum of emotions that cover every different aspect of life.
The Sons of Korah will perform at Santa Clarita Baptist Church Saturday night at 7 and Sunday night at 6. Both shows are free. Log on to scbc.cc for tickets. Well, now for your weather. Clear skies in Santa Clarita today with a high of 61 degrees. Tonight's lows are expected in the low 40s. The National Weather Service is forecasting high winds on Friday with gusts as high as 45 miles per hour. And on Saturday and Sunday, things will warm up into the mid-70s and low 80s. Now with a look at sports, here's Dave Caldwell.
The CIF Southern section has released their preseason top 10 polls for the spring sports of baseball, softball, and boys volleyball, and few Foothill League teams are on the list. First in baseball, where only the Valencia Vikings are finding respect, ranked 8th in Division I. The Vikings are the 3-time defending Foothill League champion and have a lineup that features 2 potential draft choices and several Division I college signees. In girls softball, the Valencia Vikings find themselves in the 6th spot of the Division I preseason poll, with West Ranch just on the outside looking into the top 10. Saugus is the defending league champions, but not finding the love this preseason. And in boys volleyball, Valencia and Hart both make the top 10 in Division II. Valencia has not lost a league match in over 10 years. No polls have been released for track and field, boys tennis, golf, or swimming. And when you combine those sports with baseball, softball, and boys volleyball, the spring is the busiest time of year for high school sports. And that's our look at sports.
Thank you, Dave. NBA legend Earvin Magic Johnson headlined the 2012 Business to Business Industry Show on Thursday at the Hyatt in Valencia. Johnson was the keynote speaker for the event luncheon hosted by the Valley Industry Association. Each year, B2B brings together hundreds of business owners, senior executives, and other decision makers to connect with local sources. More than 40 local businesses participated in this year's expo. For more Santa Clarita news, log on to hometownstation.com or scvnews.com. Thank you for joining us. I'm Mark Archuleta.
This SCV NewsBreak is brought to you in part by Frontier Toyota.
Are you all-you-can-eat kind of hungry? Kyoto Seafood Buffet offers an endless feast of your favorite Asian and American cuisines. Sizzling hibachi cooked right in front of your eyes, fresh, delicious sushi, succulent crab legs, shrimp, oysters, and more. Kyoto Seafood Buffet offers an all-you-can-eat weekday lunch for just $9.99. Not in the mood for seafood? No problem. From steamy chow mein, tangy barbecue chicken, and savory roast, we've got your cravings covered. Visit Kyoto Seafood Buffet in the Big Lot Shopping Center on Soledad Canyon Road.
This SCV NewsBreak is brought to you in part by Frontier Toyota.